Good morning. Welcome to Keep This in Mind, brought to you by SpechtHealth.com. I'm David Specht, and this is a little bit of a different episode today. You see, I was asked a question yesterday when I was being interviewed for a podcast. Cicely Simpson, the author and host of Pull Up Your Chair, asked me the question, if there was anything you could say to your father, what would it be? And it took me back a little bit because my dad passed away in 2011. And I realized in that moment the profound impact that he had had on my life forever. And that he'll continue to have on my life. And in a subsequent text conversation with her later, she said, the impact of dads, both positive and negative, make us who we are. And then I got to thinking about myself as a father and now a grandfather. And I realize more and more how important of a role we play. Whether it is, played out in media, television, entertainment or not, whether we are having conversations about it or not, the roles of fathers in the lives of their children cannot be overstated. If you're a believer like I am, then you know that the Bible says that we as fathers are to leave an inheritance to our children and our children's children. Now, a lot of people, when they think in terms of inheritance, they think of money, land, but can I tell you, we also leave habits. We also leave a legacy of the type of people that our children and grandchildren are going to be. We also leave memories of our own lives and our own good and bad. And as a father, I have to start thinking about, once again, how am I showing up as a dad? What are my children seeing? What is my grandson seeing from me each and every day? You see, I believe that health matters a lot, perhaps more than any time in history. I also believe that nutrition is an area that we have a lot of control over, even if we are food addicts, because I am one. I also believe that when you get traction in life in one area, you want to take on other areas because you have built confidence. So as I was thinking about dads, and myself in particular, I realized that in my own health journey, as I started losing weight, as I started gaining a life, I started seeing the world through a different lens. I started seeing the men around me through a different lens. You see, I was the guy who made fun of diets. I was the guy who said he was fat and happy. If you don't believe me, look at this picture. You see that guy on the left? He was about to start a health journey to hold his wife accountable. He didn't care. He didn't like vegetables. He wasn't going to eat vegetables. He wasn't going to do any of those things. And yet, he was a father at the time, not quite a grandfather yet. He had 2 grown boys. And in that moment, the guy on the left didn't see the legacy he was leaving of an unhealthy lifestyle. So I was that guy. But now I'm on the other side. And can I tell you, contending for your health is a lifelong endeavor. Thanks, Clayton. When you begin to focus on the next generation instead of what your own personal preferences are, you will change your perspective. You will change your mindset. When you realize that little boy, that little girl, that grandbaby are looking up to you, and the example you set has a lifelong impact on how they see themselves, how they act in this world, how they show up, you will realize that it's a tremendous responsibility. And this may scare you, okay? I get it. It's a scary thing to think that, oh my gosh, they're watching every move I make. They're watching everything I do. I have to be perfect in front. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, are you allowing your personal biases, your personal struggles, your personal opinions based out of your own fear of failure hold you back from being the man, the father, the grandfather that you're supposed to be? I know in my life I was holding things back. I know that I was the dad and the granddad, well, not the granddad, but the dad that would just make jokes about it all. Fat and happy, married, don't have anybody to impress anymore. But yet, what was that teaching the next generation? And you see, I see so many dads now, oh, you're body shaming. No, I'm not. But I see so many dads not showing up as the best version of themselves in their health that it makes me wonder, what are those kids seeing? I see so many dads not showing up as somebody who's constantly trying to improve. And I'm asking, what is that teaching those kids? I'm looking at dads that are checked out and not involved, either because they're just too tired, because their health is out of balance, or they don't care, or they got other priorities and they don't take the role of being a father seriously. And I wonder, what is it teaching those kids? Now, this is not a bash video. Please don't take it like that. Again, I was that guy. I have not arrived. I was that guy. Point this way. I was him. He was me. And every day I have to remind myself that that guy still exists somewhere. And that guy wasn't showing up as the best version of himself. And so how do I show up as the best version of myself? How can you show up as the best version of yourself? I think it's simple, but not easy. You see, you might be thinking, oh, here he comes with the big pitch to SpectHealth.com. Here he comes with that health plan that he's on. Can I tell you that whatever you decide, as long as you make a decision that you are going to contend for your health, I'm all in your corner, man. I am cheering you on. Do I believe that what we do is the best? I can tell you it was the best for me. Why? Because it was simple. It brought accountability. It brought support. It gave me tools. It taught me how to live life beyond the diet. So you can say what you want to about what I do as a health coach and what I offer as a health plan. But can I tell you, are you making a decision to be the best version of yourself in your own health? You know what? If you want to go knock yourself out at the gym, do it. But do it every day. Do it when you don't feel like doing it. Keep those kids in the forefront of your mind when you make those decisions. And can I tell you another thing? Every time you sit down to eat, are you thinking about those kids? Are you thinking about what you're about to put in your mouth and how it's going to affect them? Alicia, I agree with you. Especially single moms have a profound impact on their kids' lives. So how are we showing up? If you want me to help you, I'm here. Tina and I will guide you down a path to lifelong health, but you got to do the work. You've got to wake up every day and decide, today I'm going to do what's in the best interest of those that are following me. When the donuts show up at the office, when the pizza comes to the break room, how are you going to show up? Because it does matter. My dad died 12 years ago, going on 12 years ago. Hard to believe. But yet, he is still impacting my life to this day. So, if you're going to continue to impact lives of your offspring long after you're gone, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? Do you want to leave a legacy of what I want in my own personal life trumps everything that everybody else needs out of me? Are you going to leave a legacy that I have an attitude about certain things in life and you're not going to change my attitude? Or are you going to say, you know what? Their lives are so important. I love them so much that I will set aside my own personal biases. I will set aside my own personal wants for them. You say you would die for your kids, but would you live for them? It's a pretty simple question. I have a simple plan. And if you don't want my plan, just get on something. Do something today that's going to impact the generations following you. And if you're not a dad yet, like, you know what? I'm not even in the realm. Can I tell you, there are young men and young women that are looking up to you. You could be a teenager in high school, and I'm going to tell you, those elementary school students are looking up to you. How are you showing up for them? If you want our help, it's specthealth.com. But I want to finish by saying this. I spent nearly 40 years of my life not showing up in my own health the way I should. And it wasn't too late for my family and I. We were able to turn things around. And we were able to now set the proper example of health for our family. No matter where you are in life's journey, it's not too late for you. Please make a decision, be a dad, and step up in your own life and in your own health so that the generations that follow you will follow your example. God bless.